Yo, what up, brethren? And does brethren cover men and women, or is there like a system?
Nowadays, it's 2021, yeah.
So,
I
but
would say.
brethren covers both, or
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What up, brethren?
Yeah, brethren.
If you're a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
Welcome to Joystick Show, episode 57.
Oh, yeah.
It's everybody but Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
we
you're-
miss him.
You're not missing much. And damn.
Get mad
I,
at
that one hurt me a little bit. I was trying to do like a mean joke thing, but I love Jerry.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But also fuck Jerry.
We can't say
Sorry,
anything.
Jerry.
You know what I am? I'm gonna badmouth Jerry because Jerry's actually coming over like later.
Yeah.
He just didn't come for
Mhm.
his job, but
Yeah.
whatever, no problem.
We can only say like a sentence worth of bad mouthing. I feel like that's how nice we are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can only be like, yeah, fuck
Word,
him,
that feels-
but we love him.
Yeah,
we,
that's
we,
weird,
we
man.
can't go in a whole paragraph on anyone.
Like, oh, this guy.
Yeah.
We've accepted all. Oh my god.
How professional.
Fucking Joey, my god.
Yeah.
This
Fuck
fucking
you.
asshole.
Honestly, out of anyone in the world, actually, paragraph 1.
Piece of fucking shit, honestly.
Yeah, guys, make sure to fucking...
Make sure to like. Make
Yeah.
sure to go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell. Funny enough,
I'll
Jerry just
comment.
told me he's on his way.
Yeah, so Jerry... Yeah,
Bro.
Jerry could come midway.
Yeah, right.
Jerry could
Midway.
come down.
Set up a chair. He'll be the
Oh.
audience.
Have
member
the
like an
audience
episode.
applause.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great.
But yeah.
Eric Andre. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you big boys been up to?
Yeah, I've just been in school.
Ew.
Yeah, pretty gross. I feel like Friday's my only day where like I actually go outside and like be in society. You know
So
what I mean?
is that the only day you go in for class? Okay.
hmm I at the beginning of the semester, I didn't realize that I took classes that were like sometimes I have them and sometimes I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really strange.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm not used to that. But on Friday, I have to go in every single time. And, there's other days where, like, I go to the store or, like, I come here.
Yeah.
But that's different. I have to go into Manhattan, and it's, like, a weekday, so it's, like, hopping.
Yeah.
And I realized that, like, the time I get out is really interesting because I get out at, like, 5:30. And it's weird because everyone is leaving to leave,
yeah.
but then everyone's also coming in at that same exact time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a weird influx of people
Yeah.
where there's like people walking this way in suits and people walking this way in nothing.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck is
Just
like
naked?
Yeah, not naked, but like shorts and
It
like,
is
a
really
tank top.
true. There's like that
Yeah,
little
yeah.
period of time in New York where it fucking sucks to be in the subway system.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
terrible.
And I
Right.
and it was weirdly enough, I took the train here, and sometimes rush hour isn't bad because if the trains are running, they make it so that the train runs, if everything works well, every like 4 minutes. Like when I take the A train here, and I was like, oh, I took it today, and I was like, it was rush hour.
yeah.
Not bad. I got a seat like really early on. I was like,
Not bad, yeah.
yeah.
What was I going to say? What's the worst subway station and why is it Fulton? Fulton sucks. Can we just
Okay. So Fulton's bad because
Fulton is important. It is necessary, but it also sucks. Fat Wang. It's terrible.
So the city of New York spent a bunch of money to redo Fulton a few years ago. They made it like a mall.
Mad
it's
fancy,
like 3 floors,
the touch screens and all
there's
that
like really
shit.
shitty Dunkin' Donuts.
Mhm.
But
They hire like 6 cops to stand there and just look at each other and not do anything.
yeah. Also, those
Where they
cops.
just
By the
stand
way,
there.
those cops were flirting with people that may have been underage. So
Oh, look at that.
Just saying,
Wow.
that happened
Used
on
to
the
pass
subway
them
today.
every day.
Honestly, but I'll talk about it. But a lot of shit happened to me on the subway. But Fulton sucks because there's always people handing you shit. Which is a common thing on the subway. All the time you go to a stop and there's people handing you shit. But there will always be 8 fucking dudes lined up. One guy is selling candy for a charity that doesn't exist.
One
This guy
guy's
is fucking just
fucking-
asking for money.
You got like the army recruiter.
You got the army recruiter. You got the guy who found God. This guy who actually said, fuck God, I found spiritualism, which is
Yeah.
different apparently. This guy's a Jehovah's Witness, so.
What was I gonna say? My least favorite of the subway scams are when like the silent women come to you and they just hand you like a piece of paper and like a thing of tissues,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What?" And then the piece of paper literally like tries to guilt trip you into giving them money. They're like, "If you keep the tissues, please consider donating money to." I'm like, first of all, I don't need tissues. Secondly, don't give it to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I was a bit confused on what you were talking about, but that has happened to me once. I was
Oh,
thinking
it
of
happens
all the
all the
things that I
time.
was like, can I relate myself
Yeah.
to it? What is he talking? And then it hit me like that one memory.
the casual
of that
ones
time
are
that-
the.
and they put it next to me. They didn't
No,
give it to me. They were like,
I I was gonna say the
And I was
casual ones are those, the ones that just put it on like the empty seat next to you, and then they'll come back and pick it up. But if like they come to you and hand it, like obviously you're gonna take it if somebody's handing it to you.
Yeah.
But then you grab it and you read it and you're like, oh, you want money?
I mean, that's like the time. I mean, it's very similar to the Times Square scam with the guys with the CDs.
yeah.
And
yeah,
back in the day, it would be like cassettes, and they'd just hand it to you, and they'd be like, "Yo, that costs $1. You're not gonna pay me for that?" You know.
You know what also like annoys me? The card. Okay, it was in this
Hold on,
specific
before
situation.
you go on to that, I wanted to talk about the tissues. What? I forgot it. Never mind.
What are tissues?
What are tissues?
No, I was speaking of the tissues thing. I was
No,
gonna
what?
say,
No, I remember now. It was what
Did
if
you remember the
what
shut
if
up
you
your
were
ringtone?
crying?
What if you were crying?
What if you were crying on the subway? Like you had a really rough day. You just start breaking down, and a woman with tissues comes and gives it to you with a smile, and you're like, "Thank you." And then you realize it says that, and she's like, "You want those tissues? Like you gotta pay me."
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it just
yeah.
kick you while you down.
Fuck, dude. No, I was gonna say that woman that gave me the tissues that time that like handed it to me. The card said something like she was taking a vow of silence and they're not allowed to speak or whatever. That I don't know.
So
Something
she's
along
not
the-
even mute.
But-
That's the worst part.
But
You think
wait. She was literally with like a 5-year-old girl,
Yeah.
like eating a sandwich.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're obviously talking to this little girl. It's not like this little girl knows where the sandwich is.
She doesn't know how to speak. She does because her mom doesn't speak.
Sure, yeah.
Mom, the girl's just like starving. Mom.
She's
Oh,
just like,
man. And then you gotta love the like you said earlier, the kids who sell the candy for their baseball team that might or might not exist.
Yeah. What,
Oh my
what
God.
baseball team? Oh, it's with my high school.
Oh my God,
How come your dad
please.
brought you?
I remember when we
The
went.
Gucci
we were,
concert.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
We were going to a Gucci concert, and we're all on the trains. Like this is when like me, Bobby, and Jerry were young, and we
Yeah.
haven't ridden the train that much. Like
Mhm.
it was like maybe we rode it maybe 4 times, 3
Yeah.
times at most. And so we're all the 3 of us on the train by ourselves going to the concert, and these like group of kids like short.
So
Go ahead.
it was 2 kids. It was this.
I remember more than
It might have
2.
been more, but there were 2 important kids.
Okay.
There was a skinny black kid, and then there was a chubby black kid.
Yeah.
And there might have been more, but they come on with the box of candy, you know, the Twizzlers and the M&Ms and the Snickers, right? But the skinny one comes up, and he does the whole, like, yo, what's up? We're this, that, and the third. We're here trying to raise money so that we could get to the playoffs this year, this, that, and the other, da-da-da-da. Now here's my homeboy Charles, who's going to sing. And then the chubby guy holding the box, literally, like, 13-year-old
He's still
chubby kid. Bro, he starts going off. He's like, ho, ho, ho. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, this short little chubby
dope.
kid.
He was so
And he's
cool.
singing, like,
Why are you
with
trying
a,
to play baseball
with the
kid?
voice
Join
of
the
God.
choir,
We're
yeah.
like, yeah, low key. We're like, damn, fucking little.
I remember
theater,
Jerry
kid.
looking at them. He was looking away, and then he looks back. He's on a basketball team. Bro, he sings good. He sings real good.
That was the same day that guy tried to fight you on the subway.
Oh, yeah,
Word.
yeah,
And then we
yeah.
said that story how
The
this guy
subway
randomly.
is that over? I think
Subways, bro.
this is the overall theme, right? Is that subways are just fucking insane.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Subway, like this is. Let me explain this. There was a guy making animal noises on the train today, right?
Yeah.
Some ribbits, some barks, right?
Got it.
And there was a black woman who was wearing what might be the best outfit of all time.
Uh-huh.
She's wearing. I'll explain this from the bottom to the top. Okay.
Mhm.
So she's wearing black Crocs,
Got it.
Okay.
white tube socks.
Okay.
Okay.
And the tube socks are visible?
Yeah, but they're like rolled down. They're like pushed down.
That's already a bad move.
But they're
keep-
like they're not like up.
Keep
Okay,
going.
I
Keep going.
see.
Because she's wearing. Have you guys seen the TikTok leggings?
Yeah.
Those, but tie dye in 8 different colors.
Uh-huh. All right.
Mm.
That's a lot.
She's wearing a really nice looking silk shirt, silkish material
With the
Okay.
tie-dye pants.
Pink.
The tie-dye leggings.
with ruffles. I wish I could make this shit up. And then she's wearing the largest sunglasses known to man.
Were you in Miami, Dylan? Like,
That's a pretty hot outfit for Miami. And then she is wearing like a sun hat.
yeah.
And
This
I'm
is crazy.
And this
I-
woman is making animal noises.
no, there is
Oh.
there is a different guy on the train, like
Got
a
it.
like a not I don't want to say homeless, but like a rather a not looking
Scrappy-looking
yeah,
gentleman.
Scrappy.
and he's just doing this in like where the door is.
Yeah.
And then as she tries talking to this woman, and she just takes down the glasses and says, "You be wild."
You be wildin'.
So that's
Voice
why.
of a generation.
You'll be wild.
Which I disagree with the outfit though. I know that's like max comfort. Heart like
No.
what am I looking at?
You can be max comfort and
You're like
still
4
match.
different,
Like,
like,
come on.
eras,
Come
you
on
know?
now.
You know what I want to bring up? Why did you tell us her whole outfit if her outfit had like it didn't add to the story that
What?
much?
It's
You could've
fucking
just said-
wild.
That's bored. I don't know.
That's also wildin'.
That's pretty.
That's also
That is
wildin', I
wildin'.
guess.
Come on, that's a crazy outfit. You're telling me people.
You be wildin'. She be wildin'.
Yeah,
We all-
yeah,
They
now that
both
makes
be
sense.
wildin'.
Yeah, the whole subway.
Sorry to keep this on like subway talk.
Nah,
but
Nah, before we leave the subway talk, I was just telling Dylan before the podcast started that my classroom is starting to look really good, and I was making sure I had all the right materials. And then I realized in the train set area, we had a big like steam train, and I was staring at that for a while, and I was like, bro, we live in like New York City where the main transportation a lot of people use are trains. Why are we looking at steam trains?
yeah,
like,
but it's
I don't know. It bothered me maybe a bit too much, but I was like, hey, can I get a different train set? And I was like, I found this, and it was the MTA train set.
Yeah.
Like the same exact things. For like all we needed to do is just buy the train and not the whole rack.
Yeah, very true.
And my supervisor loved it. She was like, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh, yeah,
That's
we
actually
should
a
change
really
that.
good
That is a
idea.
good idea.
So in my classroom, I see my kids playing with the train set, and get this, I can make the train any letter or number I want. And I'm like, that's dope. It's stickers, so I have to peel and put it back on. But I was like, that's dope.
What was I gonna say? I want to keep that in mind for something to talk about later. But I wanted to mention one last thing about the subway. You know that there's some, there's some famous subway celebrities. There's people. Not. I'm not talking about celebrities who take the subway. I'm talking about people who have made a name for themselves on the subway. That you see them multiple times and you're like, that's that guy. You guys ever? I'm pretty sure he frequents the E train. You ever seen the blind man with the seeing eye dog who sings music and sells CDs all at the same time?
No, that's a lot going on.
It's pretty incredible.
I feel like, no, like you tell me these things and I'm like, I have one memory.
So he's
of
like,
this.
the first, I've seen him multiple times, but the first time I saw him was on the E train around 71st Street. And by the Austin Street, cheeseburger, that whole thing. So he's a guy, and I've seen him a bunch of times, and I've even talked to people, and they're like, "I know that guy." He looks, I don't want to say homeless, but scrappy looking man, blind. He has like long white hair, and he has a seeing eye dog at all times that I think is a husky. And then around his neck, he wears a basket with CDs. And then on his hip or like on the ground, he has an amplifier that plays music connected to a microphone.
Was he back in the high school days or no?
Like end of high school days into college.
Okay.
And then he would sing his
I think I may have
albums
seen him.
essentially.
Yeah, this is, it's either the same guy we're thinking about or there's many
he would-
people doing this.
And he would try to sell his albums basically. And I had so many questions. I was like, how does he know somebody's not going to steal them? You know what I mean? Like, is he really blind?
might be
You know?
lying
You should
about
test
Then
it.
at the same
You
time,
should've
I've never
tested it.
seen a husky seeing eye dog. Can they be seeing? I had a lot of questions, but he was also a very good singer.
Does the dog also guard against the robbery of the CDs?
That's another good
He's
question.
a husky. You could probably rip your hand
And
off.
when I say singing, I don't mean like this
He's
guy was
trained.
like, R&B. I mean like he was like, oh.
I
like-
imagined him having a pep in his step.
No, it was a lot of
Like,
it was a lot of like vocal, like Native American vibes, but he was very much like a white man. So like some damn,
spiritual as fuck, bro.
it's gonna throw me off to something else.
Yeah, no, I have like I know exactly. Like I know a guy who sells shit. There's always people who sell shit, but I know the cologne
It's just
guy.
churro lady.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
important.
I have a guy I used to see all the time, and I was like, this. I saw him all the time, and I always laughed. There was this one time, the first time I saw him, this black guy walking around with a Pringles cup asking for money to a homeless shelter. So he's just
I've seen this guy.
basic guy.
Yeah.
We're raising money for a homeless shelter, and it's always a Pringle can, barbecue flavors, sour cream and onion.
I know this guy,
It's
Joey.
a Pringles can.
I know this guy.
And he has, what makes it look more legit is that he's carrying like a milk crate full of sandwiches.
Yep.
So it's not like he's asking for money to get food. He has the food. It's for a shelter. And he's going around asking, giving this nice spiel and everything. That there was a time I wanted to give him money the first time I saw him, and I didn't have singles. And I was like, oh man, I can't give him money. And when he was done going down the row at the end before entering the next cart, put down the sandwich and goes on a race rant. Like he goes on like, that's why we got to work together because these Muslims are entering our country. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, and there's black people trying to be like white people. And I'm like, oh my god! And the people that give him money,
And then
are
Joey gave him a 5.
Joey was like, I like your race war. He's $50.
But he was like insinuating race wars, and I was like, oh my god! And everyone that would donate would feel bad, and like no one was safe.
Yeah.
No race was safe. He would just be angry.
Yeah.
And
you thought this was once a nice man who was a volunteer.
And I saw him so many times riding the E train. I saw him so many times that I waited to see if someone would give him money or if someone would ignore him. Because if anyone that ignored him, like legit like that, didn't give him the time of day, I was like, you know who he is. But anyone that was like staring at him like,
I would have just been like,
I look at them, don't.
No.
The woman goes into her wallet and I look up and I'm like, don't.
Yeah.
Stop.
Nah.
You will see.
Trust me, he does not like your race. He's not like any
He's
of them.
about to make fun of your race. Like, don't mess with this guy.
Fucking
That should be saying you be racist.
You be racist. Hey, racist is wildin'.
Yeah,
It is wild.
Those
and
correlate.
wild.
You can be wild and not be racist, but if you're racist, you be wildin'.
You know what's pretty wild?
Hmm.
Phase 2 of Mr. Joystick.
I'm not. I was trying to segue into something else, and then you segued it into something before I hate.
What were you gonna segue it
I
into?
fucking hate you people today.
What were you gonna segue it into? If you had a master plan, you
Not
should've
that
discussed
Joey
it.
was saying his shit about the trains at the school, and I wanted to talk about how kids learn nowadays because I thought that shit was interesting.
No, that's pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
No,
How do kids learn nowadays?
No, surprise, surprise. I'll talk about it pretty frequently, but I am in a relationship with a teacher in a public school. But I find pretty interesting is they do these things called I feel like there's a fancier name for them, but they like essentially they're studies. But they do like an intensive study on just like a specific thing. But what's cool about it is that it's like real life shit. It's not like, we grew up on, not to reduce the importance of it, but we grew up on like math and reading and writing and that kind of shit, right? But like the public school kids, like they do like bridge studies and they learn about how the bridges were made to connect the boroughs. And they do like, they have this cool one where they do like rural versus urban studies, and they actually take the kids to like rural communities to look at farms and shit like that. And then they show them the difference in urban communities, and they ask them questions like, and these are like second graders, and I think that's super cool.
I think also our knowledge of those things expanded as well.
Yeah,
like back in the day, our parents always say stuff like that, like, oh, I didn't learn this when I was a kid. It's like, well, we didn't know this when you were a kid, right? So it's like,
and they even have like a subway study too, where the kids learn about the subway trains. Not only is it
like that's
that.
mad cool. It's like not only is it interactive of New York City, right? So they like get connected.
Yeah, they're like super active.
But then it's also like sociology and
exactly.
they probably could do some on like gender.
That's
and
called
race
scaffolding, when you're like telling them one thing and their brains are kind of like building so many other things.
I'll never forget
teaching words.
I think it was the first or second year that I was dating my girlfriend, but it was around Christmas time. It was after Christmas. It might have been like early January. But the reason I say that is because they were doing, I think it was that rural versus like urban study. So the kids had a project where they had to make like a rural diorama, like a diorama of just like a community. It could be anything, but what you would expect it, like animals and trees and shit like that, not like buildings or whatever. Yeah. Or I think rather what it was is like half the class had to do one and half the class had to do the other or whatever. But I remember it was early January. My girlfriend starts like looking at all the fucking Christmas trees that are being left out from the house, and she's just picking branches off of all of these trees and putting them in her purse. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, my kids could use these as trees in the diorama. And she literally has like 50 just like pine branches that she's stolen on trees off of the side of the sidewalk.
Oh my god,
that's funny.
It's one of my favorite memories of her. And sure enough, those kids' trees in the dioramas were those little fucking like stalks from the trees.
When they grow older, they're gonna be like, yeah, I had this teacher once in like second grade. She was just like, does anyone need like a bunch of trees? And she pulled out 100 like twigs that she carried in her purse. Why the fuck was she walking around with twigs in her purse?
I hope that's how my girlfriend's kids remember her. It's the weird tree lady.
Comes up at the parent-teacher conference.
So you carry twigs in your purse?
You have like 50 to 75 twigs. What's going on?
Michael told me about the pine cone tree situation.
They're all talking about pine cones. Is that a code word?
Yeah.
So what did you want to fucking segue it to, Dylan?
Oh, fucking, we're working on a lot of shit.
We are working on a lot of shit.
I've come over your house like 4 times this week.
Yeah.
So that's how I know we're working on
First off, let me just say, big thank you to the both of you, but I'm going to specifically shout out Dylan because Dylan legitimately did come. This is his 3rd day here.
Yeah, of course.
And we've been putting in the work.
Gold star.
For sure. I'd put it right on your fucking forehead.
Yeah.
I told Dylan before the podcast that I want to talk more about phase 2, as we've been referring to it, of Joystick for hopefully next episode, but maybe 2 episodes from now. But the reason is because I have a very fire trailer that I'm putting together, and I'm tired of saying get ready for phase 2. I want to say fucking check this shit out and just show it to you. You know what I mean? But not to leave you guys hanging, maybe we could talk a little bit about what we have been working on a little bit loosely. You know, fucking let's start off with what we did Tuesday. Joey came over and we did his show coming out. I don't know if we've said what it's called.
Bro, I thought about this in the shower. There's 2 things that we call it. We never called it the one thing.
Yeah, I know. But so on my computer, it's called Fear because that's what you would say. You know what I mean? But you'll see when the show comes out that, you know, little text wonkiness happens because it's not just about fear or more specifically horror games. We take a different approach to it. Yeah. We're exploring virtual reality. We played a fucking game called Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That
was the last game we played. We played Spooky, which is a jump scare game that starts off like really cute, and as the game progresses, it gets darker.
It was kind of funny because we sat down to do 2 episodes, and the first episode we were literally just like, okay, like, you know, like waiting for shit to happen. Like we were kind of like we were about that to that point where we were like, damn, we should have picked something different. And then sure enough, the second episode starts and fucking shit starts to go down, and we're like, oh, this is terrifying. Like,
it could be a little faster in my opinion. Well, especially if you're like a streamer or person that films video games. It's a very long start. That you're gonna like wait a few episodes.
You'll see it when it comes out, but to put perspective in it, I think you have to go through like 10,000 or 1,000 rooms.
1,000 rooms.
Yeah, and every 50 rooms, the theme changes and it becomes like the area looks different, but also there's like a new monster that like chases you, and they just get progressively,
instead of looking cute and like chibi, they're like
they start to get fucking terrifying. Also, what's kind of funny about that is I think it's always interesting. In that show, Joey's always playing the game. It is his show. But Joey like feels that on a way different scale than like what we are like seeing it on the TV. Like when we're here in the basement, we're looking at it like, oh shit, that's crazy. Joey's living that shit. Yeah, like Joey's there, weird. And Joey's like, he's fucking panicking, and it's hilarious.
Which is why you never catch me doing that.
Yeah, never, I don't think I would. I don't have the balls for that.
Not only would I get dizzy,
I love scary shit, and I look like such a fucking chicken in these episodes, but I love it.
What's funny is we did one earlier that'll come out too in another game. I don't want to say it. We got to give you some room, you know. But we did another game, and what was funny is that one was just Joey and I think I got scared more watching Joey get scared because we'll just be having a conversation, and the TV will be a little dark, so it'll be something real terrifying, or he'll hear something really loud, and Joey will just be like, and I'll be like, oh,
you're scared of me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit,
he saw something.
Yeah, because for you, it's just like, oh well.
Also, what I thought was really cool was having Dylan on the show. We also had Jerry on the show, which was cool. But what I liked about having Dylan is I thought Dylan, you made that a way better experience for some reason.
Okay.
I think it was just more so that you were able to like add to the fear. You brought like a different thing of comedy to it. Am I wrong?
No, he was enticing it. Like
it was.
Like,
yeah.
Where do I go? And you were like, go down. Do this. He's behind you.
Yeah, because the way I read it, because where I'm sitting in the shot, I'm back seat.
Yeah.
So I'm behind. So I was like, I should like back seat game him.
And that was perfect.
And that's what I did. I was just telling him shit and you know, it's like if something was scary, I was like, no.
You were telling me to do stuff. I was like, what's that? And you were like, read it. Yeah. And I go and I'm reading it.
Because it's a scary game, you know. So like you want to get scared. You don't want to not get scared.
No, definitely.
No,
of course.
Yeah.
So thank you. That I was really happy with that. I was just really happy with how Tuesday came out because it was really just supposed to be like a quick thing. Like you and me were supposed to film it, and then everybody showed up. Like even Jose was here for a little bit. Yeah. It was like, wow, it's kind of nuts.
The gang was all here.
Like as soon that's how you texted me. You're like, we're all here. We're doing this later too. And I was like, yeah. I'll hop on. I'll hop on the bus.
And then yesterday, Thursday, you came over and we shot a fan favorite. We did Chef's Son.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil the recipe, what we did. You're just gonna have to stay tuned for that.
If you follow our Instagram, he posts like sometimes the trailers and stuff. So follow us on Instagram. It was really cool. When he posted it, I was like, oh shit.
It's right here.
Have it right here. And there it goes.
I'll probably put it in.
There it goes.
Yep,
it's running away.
I'll probably put it in the.
Can we have it run the 100-meter dash?
You're asking a lot here, Dill.
Please don't.
You're asking a lot.
Please don't.
No, we did Chef's Son. It was pretty cool. I think some learning was done yesterday about how
Yeah.
we have to approach the show.
Yeah, and also just it makes me excited. I mean, this obviously with the updated cameras and stuff, like having them, but especially when you're like filming a live action thing,
Yeah.
you realize like how cool you can make some shit look.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited to do more live.
Had you
action
on the
stuff.
gimbal for the first
Yeah,
time. That was
that's-
pretty sick.
I mean, I'm ready to do like film a fucking football game.
No,
you know?
right?
I'm
I got
ready-
some ideas.
I'm
And I
ready to
actually
do
learned some more stuff
crazy
about
shit.
it. It has like features like that. Like it has a sport mode
Yeah,
for
yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that.
I'm
so the camera's able to whip around.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff
I'm
like
waiting
that.
for like the camera to like follow stuff, and like I'm like that's really cool.
But yeah, the show looks good. I hate to say it, my dad ended up like coming home way late from work. Like we had this whole thing. I think we were getting ready to shoot at like 7:38. My dad ended up getting home at that time, so we ended up shooting like almost 9:10.
Mm-hmm.
Then before we knew it, it like took forever. My dad was like exhausted, so we're trying to aim to shoot when he's not working, which was the original intention.
Yeah.
It was just this week we had so much stuff going on, but we still made it work. It's a lot of footage to cut through. I haven't cut through it yet. I think I'm gonna have to find a way to take 50 minutes and chop it down to like 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, make it 3 minutes.
I'll.
Here's some.
Thanks. Now I gotta fucking censor the fucking because I said I was gonna say the recipe.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Not only did fucking Dylan say 2 things in the recipe, he said the only 2 things
He
in the
said a
recipe.
bad word, so
Oh,
we bleeped
okay,
his
yeah,
mouth.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
I was
yeah,
making
yeah,
mac
yeah,
and
yeah,
cheese,
yeah.
and Dylan
I
was
said-
like, "Here's
I-
some mac,
guys,
here's some
you
cheese."
gotta bleep it out.
Guys, I said I mean he's gonna bleep it out. I said a really bad racial slur.
Yeah,
So he had to bleep it. That's what happened.
I dub it and make it sound like you said the racial slurs,
Use that app to make it sound.
but
like
I get
Dylan.
somebody else to say it, so I don't get
Yeah,
in
yeah,
trouble
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
recording them.
Send
you
me
know?
the clip so I can approve.
Gotcha.
Dumb.
Oh shit, Jerry's calling me. This will
Nice.
be a fun. Stop. All right,
That's
hold on.
great.
Yo, live call from Jerry.
Hello.
What up?
What up?
I am outside of the residence.
All right, I got you. I'm a text my assistant to let you in.
Yeah.
All right. Mom. Somebody take over.
No. All right. So I was actually thinking that we actually do have an assistant. His name is Jacques.
Jacques.
Yeah.
I forgot about Jacques.
Yeah, Jacques. He's French Canadian. He's our assistant.
He's cool. He wears like one of those flapper caps, you know, like the aviator caps that are furry.
He came in first day of work, bell bottoms.
Yeah,
Who does that?
bell
Really?
bottoms.
I know we're casual here at Joystick, but that's insane.
It was pretty weird.
Bobby's
Is
like,
he cool with you?
Bobby's like, what the fuck?
I heard we have an assistant named Jacques and bell bottoms, and my imagination is going nuts right now. Sorry, what the fuck?
You want an assistant now, don't you?
You want an assistant named Jacques right
I
now?
know, Jacques sounds pretty cute.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we need a HR too if we're gonna hire Jacques.
I didn't know you. I didn't know.
I got something to say.
Yeah.
So how about that Nintendo Direct? That big.
I didn't
that
watch
big
this,
announcement.
You didn't miss much.
You didn't
Yeah.
miss much.
Bobby
but
showed me all of the stuff. But
So this is how the Nintendo Direct went. It started and they were like, "Here's a bunch of announcements we're gonna make in the future."
wow.
So literally, there were like 3 announcements where they were like, "We're gonna make announcements
coming soon.
here." It wasn't
We're
even
gonna make an announcement this time at this day.
Yeah.
Not today.
not today. We're
Fuck
just
you
making
guys.
the announcement about the announcement.
Fuck you guys.
And then they showed a pretty hype Kirby game, which
Yo,
actually
Kirby and like the Lost.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
The Forbidden Last.
Yeah.
Lost-
It's basically an apocalyptic city, and Kirby's just walking around it.
the fuck? But it was a 3D Kirby game. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Fucking. What else was there?
Live Jerry on the podcast.
Oh shit!
Live Jerry.
What's
on the
up, buddy?
podcast.
You gotta add it now.
Yeah, we do gotta add it.
What's up, friend?
Yeah.
What are we adding? Apocalypse?
Yeah.
We were talking about the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
You came right on time, Jerry. 'Cause
The chair right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
lit.
Word.
anyways,
You can sit
Kirby.
on the couch, honestly, if you want.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just project, you know.
Yeah.
Got you. Oh, word.
Welcome, Jerry. Let me see if you're in shot here.
It doesn't matter if he is, right?
Go that way.
This is like episode 1 vibes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
There you
real.
go.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this. I actually like this a
Episode
lot.
1.
We haven't had
vibes.
anybody on the couch since
Yeah.
episode 1, and
It's
it was
technically-
Jose.
We have a guest today. Not really, but
We have a guest who's always on the show.
yeah.
Fucking.
perspective.
Word.
How does it feel back there?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like I'm just kind of hanging out.
Fucking no, we were talking about the Nintendo Direct. We said that it started off with a bunch of announcements about announcements, and then they did the Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is weird. I have to remember somebody's behind me now. It's fucking strange.
He's watching you. Watch out.
And what else was after that? They did something before Splatoon 3, which they announced.
Animal Crossing.
But that was another announcement. They were like, we're gonna announce that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what they did? Switch is doing a new online plan
Oh yeah.
where you can pay extra money to play Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games.
Interesting.
You didn't have a computer.
Right?
Yeah.
Just in
Those
case.
are like, those are like the two like most popular,
Most emulated
Yeah.
fucking consoles.
Like there's like 3 N64 games that have been emulated like 20 million times.
Yeah.
Just 'cause
Yeah,
people are,
word.
Like they're just like yes.
Also,
want
what I
this.
thought was stupid is that they're like promoting it and they're showing clips from like Super Mario 64. Like they didn't just release
Yeah.
the Super Mario thing with the 64 remake like a year ago. It's
Yeah, word.
whatever. And then they did Splatoon 3, and then they did. I'm leaving one thing out in specific that I want to talk about. And then they did Bayonetta 3, which I'm. Did they do Zelda?
No, they didn't.
They didn't do Zelda.
No. I would have been freaking out.
Yeah, no, they did Bayonetta 3, but then they had.
That's
Yeah,
what they
Metroid
did.
Dread.
Another fan favorite.
And then they announced the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I spoke to Dylan about a little bit earlier.
I mean, yeah, he told me about it, and I was like, yay, but also like the voice cast was very interesting.
So people are actually, I was reading, people are upset that they cast Chris Pratt as Mario and not an Italian actor. People are
Wow.
actually calling it like Italophobia, which is a word I discovered today.
That's a word?
apparently.
No, yeah, it is.
I'm sure there's a phobia of every race.
Yeah, I'm sure there's every country in the world. Man, I'm really Suriname phobic right
Yeah,
now.
right. But yeah, people are pretty upset that it's not an Italian actor, and I feel like more of that is that they're just upset it's Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I mean, I was just surprised at the choice. I don't know, like when especially with like Bowser,
Jack Black.
Is Jack Black evil enough?
I don't think Jack Black is jolly. Jack Black plays
Like, I
the
do
fun
not-
character
Like,
that's jolly and
I know
you
it's a
root for
kid.
him.
I know it's kids, right? Nintendo's all about like being family-ish friendly.
Yeah.
But like Bowser fucking kidnaps women and murders people and has lava everywhere.
And Jack Black teaches the youth about rock and roll.
He has lava
That's
everywhere.
It's dangerous for kids. Legit. Yeah, kids don't know about lava.
Fucking
Jack Black.
What was weirder for me was Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I think Nintendo just heard his laugh.
The laugh,
and went,
right?
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
But like in my
You laugh
head,
like a gorilla. Literally.
but like in my head and in the heads of a lot of other people who think about Seth Rogen, they immediately think of like the pot smoking
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple
Superbad.
Express. Seth, you know, Seth
Donkey
Rogen.
Kong's a stoner.
I can't see that. You know what I mean?
Donkey
Like,
Kong's a stoner.
hey, Diddy Kong, let's just fucking light a blunt. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking weird to me. It's
You don't gotta pass Lanky Kong the joint. He just comes and reaches out and grabs it.
Long ass arms.
Yeah.
fucking
Cranky Kong is their dealer.
Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong.
No, not Cranky Kong. The cool one.
He is Cranky Kong, Fred Armisen, I think. Yeah.
No, Cranky
he's-
Kong is the old man.
He's asking who the cool one is.
the
Oh,
cool
you're talking
one-
about Funky Kong.
Funky Kong.
No, I'm saying Fred Armisen is
Funky.
playing Cranky Kong in the movie.
Nope.
And yeah, Charlie Day. I love Charlie Day as Luigi.
Yeah, that's
actually,
perfect.
That's pretty
perfect.
cool.
That's pretty perfect.
That's pretty perfect.
Mario. It's just like a lot of like chaotic energy.
Yeah.
it's great.
High pitch.
Wow.
You need it.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking Keegan-Michael Key as Toad is weird to me. I don't know.
You know what I think they're gonna do? They're not gonna have that Toad voice. They're gonna give him a deep Toad voice. And
I'd
that's
see
gonna be the
that.
shtick.
That's gonna be
Like,
the joke.
I'm the Toad with the deep. I'm the Toad with the deep voice.
It's gonna be like the trailer.
I'm the
It's gonna
oddball.
show Toad, and people are gonna expect them to be like, "What up?"
Also-
but it's just like, "Yo, what up?"
Fuck you,
Hey,
Mario.
Ron.
Also, Keegan-Michael Key's voice isn't that deep. Like a lot of the characters he plays on Key and Peele are like, you know, as someone who's met Keegan-Michael Key, I don't want to pull this card. I heard him talk about
Fucking Keegan-Michael Key's
I heard
best
him talk
friend
about
over here.
pharmaceutical supplies in a high voice. So I'm pretty sure.
No,
he can
no,
play-
but
he
what?
can do a high voice.
Besides the deep voice thing, I think Joey's onto something.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
do
yeah.
something where like they give Toad a normal voice.
Yeah, I
and
don't
it's
think
not,
they're
like,
not gonna
the
make him
typical.
have like a really high pitch
Yeah.
for sure.
And then people were like, another like on the Chris Pratt thing. I feel like people don't give Chris Pratt enough credit as a voice actor because believe it or not, I think Chris Pratt did incredibly well in the Lego movies.
Yeah.
Like Chris Pratt as the
He
I
did.
forgot what his name is in the Lego movies.
Keith.
It's not Keith, but
Steve.
Ethan.
sure, that guy.
Evan.
I think it's close actually.
Ian.
Fuck, now I gotta look it up. The point is, he's really
Dude
good in
from
that movie.
Lego bitch.
Dude from Lego bitch.
Lego bitch.
No, but Owen, I think it is. I think it's Owen.
It's Ethan.
No, I think it's Owen. I bet I'm right.
No, it's
Howie.
Ethan.
It's
Owen is Ninjago. I don't know.
so it's Emmett.
Yeah.
It wasn't
It was
you were
an
right.
E. It was an E sound.
But long story short,
Eeyore.
he's a very good voice actor, so I think we just have to wait and see. But he did post a video after the announcement was made. It was like on Instagram or something, and he was basically like, so you guys heard I'm gonna play Mario, and he did like a super stereotypical like Italian accent, and then he was like, that's not the voice. You just have to wait on it, but it's coming. And I was like, all right, like I'm sure. I don't think he's gonna fuck it up. I think people have to have more trust.
I
in him.
think he's gonna bring his own spin to it, and people are gonna have to determine. I don't think he's gonna bring something to the table everyone.
But I think that's how it should be, because I feel like that's why a lot of other like Mario content has failed, because people always try. I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of
like the
Marios-
Mario show.
Yeah, like the Mario.
Mario's from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Because they either made him like really Brooklyn, or they made him like the games where he's like super high.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's this healthy middle ground.
Yeah.
Where like you make him sound different.
You can make him normal-ish.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like this man exists.
That's gonna be interesting.
This man
'cause
exists in
voice,
the real world.
That voice doesn't exist yet. That
And,
voice never existed.
Yeah.
Damn, I was gonna
Chris
say
Pratt's
something
gonna bring
else
that voice.
too. Fuck, what was it?
You left one thing out, or that was the Mario thing.
Wait, it'll come back to me. Don't worry.
Amy, not Amy. Peach.
Oh, Anya, I don't care about her.
No
Queen-
one
Queen's-
does.
Queen's
no one
Gambit
does.
girl.
Honestly, they showed, and this is Peach, and everyone is like, who?
Like I get it, but I wasn't.
Reached out to Chris Pratt, or do you think there was like an audition and Chris Pratt got the role?
I think they reached out
It
to
sounds,
Chris
but
Pratt.
by the names they got, it sounds like they reached out.
It
Sounds like they went through like an agency, and they were like, "Here are the best people."
It feels like a
Lo-
bunch of
so,
Japanese like
I feel like-
casting
Who are the
people
big
came
US
to
Yeah,
US
yeah,
and they
yeah.
were like, who's good to put in our movie?
because
And they were like,
no bullshit.
these
It
guys.
started off when
They're
they
like,
were
we want them.
no
We
bullshit.
don't know what they do.
Shut the fuck up! I'm talking,
ahead.
Joey. I said no bullshit when they started the casting. Fucking this guy, Miyamoto, was like playing Mario is, and keep in mind he doesn't speak English. This is the person who translates for Miyamoto. They're like, voicing Mario in the movie will be Chris Pratt. He's so cool. Like that's literally how they say it, and I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's like almost like they picked him for the cool factor. Oh, I remember the thing I was going to say before. I was going to say, kind of on the lines of Chris Pratt and Italian voice acting, I think it would have been kind of funny if they just ditched, Chris Pratt and they got Bradley Cooper to voice Mario, but in the Rocket voice. So he's just like, Luigi. Fuck.
No, that actually kind of sounds funny.
Like
I'd see it.
a super Italian kind of.
Yeah, that actually kind of feels
like a
more
greasy
fitting.
monkey.
That feels more fitting, actually. Hearing that, like Rocket's voice on Mario.
And then to keep this on the line of Chris Pratt, I had no fucking idea he's Arnold Schwarzenegger's son-in-law now.
Yeah, I learned
Man's
that from
connected.
you too.
And now he's
Arnold
technically
Schwarzenegger's
linked
son-in-law.
to the fucking Kennedys, which is even weirder.
Who in his family is the Kennedys?
I think it has something to do with
The mom.
Shriver, Maria Shriver. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Maria
yeah, yeah.
Shriver's like the grandniece
Shriver.
of
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
Shriver's affiliated with
Yeah.
them. Yeah. I mean, a lot of, because the thing about
You
Hollywood.
thought? Let me see. Everyone I know involved with the Kennedy.
Yeah,
like, it
no,
was
no, no.
personal.
But like a lot
Oh, yeah,
of
those guys.
a lot of big name people, they went in order to get into the Screen Actors Guild, they changed their name. They use a
Yeah.
different name. So like for example, Nicolas Cage, he's affiliated.
He's a
with,
Coppola, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Coppola's and all of them. So a lot of the Coppola. I mean, Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah,
also
it's
a
their
Coppola.
cousins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
And there's like 5 other people in that family that are
Yeah.
all really big.
what was I gonna say too? Oh no, it's with that whole like Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. I started reading back about because we were younger when that whole Arnold
He
Schwarzenegger
fucked the
like
maid.
when
Yeah.
that whole scandal came out. So I was like
Mhm.
going back and reading it, and I think it's funny to get like the perspective of it now as an adult because I'm reading about it, and apparently it was Maria Shriver, his wife, who went up to him with like not the evidence but with the allegations. Like
Yeah.
she was basically like, I think this is yours and da 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 da, and that's when he like admitted it to her.
Wow.
But then at the same time, I don't know if you've seen this kid. He looks exactly like Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. So like imagine like your lifelong maid brings this kid with her to work one day and you're Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife and you look and it's literally like a fucking 13-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger. You'd be like, huh,
Yeah.
that's a little fucking fishy.
Yeah.
And this kid looks so much like his father. I'll put up a picture. Like, despite the bodybuilding and shit like that.
He's the jawline and muscles.
No, he is. He is a bodybuilder. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
But like, despite that, like his face.
I'm just imagining a 6-year-old.
Yeah, right from the get.
Ripped.
One of my favorite YouTube channels, Film Riot, they used to do contests where people would submit like little short films, and then he'd pick a winner, and they'd get like a cool grand prize of film equipment and stuff. I think the challenge was to recreate a scene from a movie. So one of the fans recreated the scene from like Terminator when he gets on the bike with the shotgun and like drives away, but he somehow got his kid to play, you know, the fucking Terminator, and it looks exactly like him, to the point where it didn't even win because there was like one that was even better. But the guy was like, fucking shout outs that they got this guy in the first place, because it looks like exactly like the scene. Like, he looks that much like his dad. It's insane. But I think he's also Hispanic, so it's kind of funny.
Wow.
Baena, that's his name. It's like Joseph Patrick something Schwarzenegger Baena, or I think it's Patrick.
Do you think they knew that was his son, or they were just like, hey, you kind of look like the actor that we need?
No, I think they definitely reached out.
Yeah, I think they found his number.
They were like, please come and work with us.
Yeah, and they lost. So
yeah,
pretty sad.
Nice.
I forgot who they lost to. I don't know if it was the same one, but I know there was another video like that where they had to recreate a scene, and it was actually a Fight Club scene. That one.
Found another one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it was a Fight Club scene. That one.
Ooh.
It was
Is it the explosions at the end?
No, that'd be too much.
It was just a really shitty cover of "Where Is My Mind."
It was it was the scene where fucking this guy Brad Pitt or Tyler Durden burns Tyler Durden's hand because they're the same person. Sorry, I didn't say spoiler alert. The movie's only like almost 30 years old, but fucking no, it's the scene where Brad Pitt like puts the fucking chemical powder on Edward Norton's hand and like keeps them there as he's burning. But like, the scene was really well done. It was like the actors fucking nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah,
Very cool.
Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
is that Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Remember him?
I remember
him?
Remember him?
I remember that joke sticks with me more because I remember working at a summer camp where I dealt with children of various ages, and there was this always one kid that came every year that was like a meme lord, but was way too young to be a meme lord. So it was always funny to see what he brought to the table every summer. He didn't go to the school, so I didn't see him. He went to somewhere else. But every summer he'd come and just say the freshest memes out of nowhere in a kid voice.
Yeah.
Dude,
so I remember walking
that is
around.
amazing. Yeah.
Something happened, and his kid voice, he just goes, "Thank you, Kanye, very cool."
bro, it's
and I
so
start cracking
amazing.
up, and I
Impressionable
look at
kids.
him, I'm like, "How do you know all this?"
Yeah.
And he's just like,
Internet. Yeah.
It's so funny that Joey brings this up because, you know, I used to work with kids too, and it's so fucking true. Like, meme lord kids was not a thing that existed, 10 years ago. Like, memes weren't really around back then. Memes have been around, but it was different. Memes were like that dancing baby in the 90s. There was like one a year, but like then it exploded. But fucking, we had kids like that, and I'll never forget. We had this one kid. For privacy reasons, I won't say his name. But interestingly enough, he started as like a student of mine, and then he ended up being an intern. So we ended up actually working together.
"Oh wow."
But when we worked together, he was a little more mature. He was always still like that, but he was almost like comedic. It was like working with Miles. Like, if you saw the podcast with Miles, it was a lot like that. Miles has never been like a kid to me. He's always been very like a mature, humorous person. Yeah. But what was interesting about this kid is I met him when he was a kid, and then he got older and he became cool. But when he was a kid, super meme lord like that. And I'll never forget, the kids all left from the lunchroom to go back to their classrooms. It was a film camp. And there's just a phone left, like a cracked phone on the table. And I grab it. I don't even look at it. I just grab the phone. And I I think I went to Miles. And I was like, "Miles, you know whose phone this is?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't know." So I grab one of the kids who's at the table. And I'm like, "Dude, whose phone is this?" And he goes, "Oh, it's his." Yeah. So I'm like, "Oh, bro, come." And I call his name. And he comes over and he's like, "Oh, hey." And I'm like, "Is this your phone?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, my bad, thanks." And I go to give it to him. And the phone goes on. And I look. And his home screen is a 5-year-old Asian child in a fridge at like Walmart screaming, like on the other side of the fridge, like, "Ah!" He can't get out. And I had double taked it. I was like, "The fuck?" And I like looked at him and I was like, "Why is this your phone screen?" And he's like, "'Cause it's hilarious." I was like, "I love this kid. I love this kid."
Oh, he's right.
Because this kid's funny.
It's hilarious,
bro. And then sure enough, ended up working with that kid, and it's hilarious. Very funny.
I mean, memes are memes. It's a growing,
Yeah.
ever expanding.
You said you wanted to do a meme segment.
Yeah,
soon.
next week.
Oh, you
Next
heard
week.
it here.
Next week.
Last thing.
Untitled meme segment next week.
I'm down.
I like that. Last thing about memes. The kids that I teach this year, they really love the funeral dance song. That one. And like they really love that song for some reason. And I play it when we go outside. I'll play it, and they're dancing. All these little 4-year-olds just dancing like Fortnite dances, or at least trying because their skills are not great yet.
They don't have
Man.
limbs
And
anymore.
but they're singing the tune to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
It's a simple enough tune. That
It
they
is
get
a simple tune.
I'll never forget the cringiest thing I ever saw working with kids
Yeah.
What?
in this kind of like meme facet or like
Alright.
this meme area. It was very early on to my job there, so I was still learning the ropes. It might have been my first year, but I was teaching a film class. Oh, you know what it was? It was my second year there, but in my second year I started teaching film. So I didn't teach my first year. So it was my first year teaching film. I was getting used to like teaching and dealing with a class
Actually dealing
in a different way, right? Because when you're the TA, you're kind of like the bodyguard.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, stop that, or we're gonna go here while the teacher does this thing. So it's different. And I didn't have a TA. I had to play both roles. So there was this girl in my class who said something. It wasn't mean, but she cursed. She said like something casually. She was like, "Oh, fuck that," like da 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 da. And I was just like, "Hey, come on, watch your language. You can't say that." And her response, and she said it to somebody else, like a kid or like a few seats away. Her response was, "Okay, no problem. We'll just talk in Minecraft Villager." And then she looked over and she went, and the kid went, and then they both started laughing. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I didn't pay to do, like,
You got robbed. But also.
I did.
But like they also got you in like a relevant way. And it's like, damn, bro, I also
Bro,
play Minecraft.
Yeah,
I love
right.
Minecraft.
Bro, you got villagered.
I did. I got fucking destroyed.
You got villagered.
I thought she was gonna like say something way worse though.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, what did she do?
Yeah.
No. And then kind of on that thing, we actually used to have a Minecraft class, believe it or not.
I remember that. I used to be so confused. Like, what the fuck
But
you teaching
what was
a Minecraft
what was
class?
interesting? I was very confused about it too. But what was interesting is at the time they had a teacher, and Minecraft is nuts. There's like they have Minecraft education where like schools buy this and it comes like in a pack for all the students on the computer, and it's basically like a watered down version of Minecraft because they use it as a tool to teach like things. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's just math problems, but like you have to click the button.
Well, not like that, but the way that this woman would teach it is she would talk about like, a lot of current things like how schools work and shit like that. And then she would like have the students try to build their idea of a perfect school in Minecraft. And it's cool because the kids would be like, my school has this and an area for this. And then they kind of like share the ideas. It's cool like in that facet.
That's dope.
But the reason I'm bringing this up is because that teacher ended up leaving. And they were like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do?" And they brought in
Bobby
this.
teaches.
No.
Bobby teaches Minecraft.
No,
Minecraft class by Bob.
they brought in another guy, who like had like the same kind of like prerequisites or whatever, and he taught the class for like the last 3 months of the year, and I TA'd that class as the assistant. And this man gave no fucks. my guy literally, like, I wasn't no snitch. Like, I think I told my coworker, I had a coworker I was cool with who I told her she would tell the higher ups kind of thing. But this guy literally would just be like, yeah, guys, just fucking get Minecraft up and do your thing. And then he would just sit at a computer. And I think he was like in coding school or something because he would like go do that thing. And then I remember one time I casually brought it up and I was like, you're cool with this? And he's like, I don't care. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who are you?
Me as
Like,
a
it
teacher.
literally went from like the class I just described to a class where like maybe 20% of the kids were actually on Minecraft and the other kids are like on addicting games or
Yeah,
whatever
or
their
just
version of
whatever.
it
They're
is.
on their
and
phone,
shit. Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And
That's
it's like,
crazy.
this is madness. I was the one who ended up having to like fucking manage most of it.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
I thought the story was gonna go that he was an actual architecture. He
Oh,
came
no.
with
Yeah.
blueprints and was like, we're gonna learn about this. And they're
That's
like,
not
I just wanna-
17 by 24.
He's a
This-
cool guy. Just fucking did nothing. I was like, oh, well, it's probably not going to be a good fit, bud.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, he left and that class went bye-bye.
Mhm.
Minecraft went away.
Damn, that sounds like a cool class. because it creates imagination.
Yeah.
You're constantly using that.
I got to teach Games Lounge my last year there, and that was fun because that turned into be kids at Smash Bros for an hour and get paid for it. Up until this one kid came in who's better than me, and I was like, holy shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, let me preface. I'm a melee player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not an Ultimate player, but the kids love Ultimate.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for
obviously,
sure, yeah.
I'm not going to make them play a fucking game that came out 20 years ago. I'm also not going to bring like a GameCube in and fucking shit.
That reminds me, at the job that I used to work at, we would have like an hour of whatever the club that we were supposed to be hosting, and then the last hour of free time to do whatever. And during that free time, one of the coworkers would bring in his Switch and connect it to the smart board, and would just like kick all their asses in Smash.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
And I'm like, bro, like you get that's a feeling. Someone else has done that too. I'm wondering how many people are out there kicking kids' asses. And
you see, I didn't have a brother or sister, so I had no one to do it to or no one to do it to me.
I think that
so
guy.
I just had to fucking.
I think that guy also was an only child.
Had to get it out,
And you just had to get it out, just like bam.
But back to where I was going. We had this one kid who showed up. Oh my god, low key, he was a nice kid. He was sweet, but I fucking hated this kid, and I'll explain why. He was very good at Ultimate. I didn't play at all. I literally played once a week with the kids. But when you play a game like Melee for so long, you pick up like, fucking like the fundamentals, like spacing and that stuff.
And
so
you
end up still beating people who don't know those things because these are just like core aspects of defending yourself and playing offensively and stuff like that. But whatchamacallit, this one kid came in who like actually played with his like older brothers. And if you know anything about Smashers, if you have heard of a Smasher who has older brothers who play Smash games, that person is probably gonna grow up to be like the greatest Smasher of all time. Yeah, that's just how that works.
They're losing and they're motivating to get better.
It's insane.
Word.
Jesus Christ, hold on.
Bobby's a popular guy.
That you can take. I remember we used to kick Bobby's ass, Jerry. Remember when we used to play Brawl and we would kick Bobby's ass?
That's where it comes from.
How far
That's
we've come,
where
man.
it comes from.
Definitely.
Okay.
We used to kick
Had to
Bobby's
prove
ass.
myself.
We used to beat him up.
Guys, it's all your
we
fault.
used to like Z-grab him back and forth, swing him around. He didn't know how to get on the ledges.
Okay, I feel bad for making Bobby the heel and fucking him over in every game now.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm also the issue.
I'm just an anime protagonist, just trying to fucking make it out here against all odds. But no, this kid came in and he was fucking incredible. But the reason he annoyed the shit out of me was because he had the highest pitched voice out of any of the other kids there.
Oh my god.
He was a little short kid. Granted, he was like, in 6th grade, but he was exactly that. No remorse. He'd be like, "Get shit on," or shit like that, and I'd be so pissed because I'd be like. And part of me wanted to just like John low-key. I just wanted to be like, bro, you're using Ganondorf. He's like the strongest character in the game. I got you down to last
But then
stock.
that just makes you sound salty.
It does.
Yeah.
And then another
You
thing
sound salty already explaining
exactly.
it, so.
But the thing that used to piss me off about it was in the, and when you do ultimate tournaments, it's like one game and that's it. So we'd play a super close game and he'd win and that's that. So it's not like you play like a set and like, oh, I learned, I could come back.
He just put on stocks. He didn't play stocks?
No, it was stocks, but it's
one
not a
game.
set. It's one game.
Oh, it's one
So
game.
we'd always make it to the finals, me and him, but then like it'd be a close game and we'd trade. I think to be fair, he won like 60% of the game, so he definitely had my fucking record. But it's not like I lost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But more often than not, he beat me. But I would be mad because it would be really close to beating him. But that's the end of the tournament. He was the winner of the day, and I was like,
have a chance to come back.
and I just wanted to be like, you don't understand. If you go to a real tournament, you play multiple games because you learn shit.
Yeah, and in other esports, they go on for hours.
Yeah.
They'll do a best out of 9. They'll be like, whoa.
No, because you adapt and shit like that. But to be fair, we'd still play, and sometimes I'd beat him and stuff like that. But I still wanted the glory of winning the tournaments. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Took that away from me, man.
I see you.
I'm just waiting for you guys to whip out a game I'm good at. That's
Yeah.
all I'm waiting. 'Cause You always played like.
Dylan's waiting for us to whip out MLB
Yeah,
this
because
show.
I know that like Jerry's brother and stuff plays MLB, and I know like Will and them have played it. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I want them to whip it out and be like, all right,
Let's go.
Let me show him a thing or
yeah,
two.
okay, zoom in. Let's do this.
It is about that time, gentlemen.
Yep.
Hey.
So are you guys ready for Jam and Yam of the Week?
Correct. I'm always ready.
I've actually got a couple of options. So does somebody want to
Yeah, I'll start.
go for it?
I feel bad because I haven't been adding any songs to the yams lately,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like I'm lying. You know?
Oh, I
Yeah.
take back exactly what I say. I think you and I both know exactly what song I'm gonna pick for Jam of the Week. But go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just looking through my actual playlist, and I was sorting by length. So firstly, I have a 28-minute song.
Damn.
The Death Grips did an album.
I think I have one like
The
that.
Death Grips did a full album, but they put it all under one song
Uh-huh.
as like a mixtape type deal.
I have Echoes by Pink
Okay.
Floyd. I think that one's like 27 minutes.
Echoes
or
is
something like
really
that.
long.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to pick that, but like I don't like it that much, right? It's good, but it's like, it's like, a whole album.
Damn.
And then I have another one called Trucker's Atlas,
Mhm.
which I wanted to pick. And that song is 11 minutes. And the history behind that song is that Modest Mouse just did not stop recording. They didn't stop. They just kept playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just like, oh, keep it, whatever, right? But then I was like, that song's not good enough. And for the last 7 minutes, it's just down,
Yeah.
it's like the same shit.
Are you picking a long song here?
Yes. So the song I'm picking
This
is like 9 minutes
explanation's really long.
What's it called?
Yeah, you have to. You have to front, and then it's the name of the song is Chroma by
Okay.
Mr. Eddy.
Thought
Very
you were
good
gonna-
song. Like
I know that song actually.
it breaks out into like 5 different solos. It's
I
really
thought you were gonna pick Elder. You know that.
Elder's
good. Yeah.
Elder's good.
I got that one from you. It's
Yeah.
one of the longer ones in the jams. That
Rave
wasn't
on You's
EM.
also iconic.
But that's it's not as it's still long, but it's not like 11 minutes, 9 minutes. Nice. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a much shorter song.
Yeah.
If Dylan has been around, as I said earlier in the podcast, quite a bit this week, and I've been blasting a certain song from the early 90s a lot. So shout outs to The King of Wishful Thinking by Go West.
King of Wishful Thinking.
Holy shit, man. That's a song I knew existed because my uncle likes it a lot, so I would hear it a bunch. But then I heard it again in a Family Guy episode, and I was like, oh shit, let me add that to the jams. And then I found the music video on YouTube, and then I found out 3 years ago Jimmy Fallon and Paul Rudd recreated the music video shot for shot. And it's incredible. So that was very fantastic.
I'm
And
also amazing music video.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
besides the Paul Rudd and Jimmy Fallon shit,
Oh
that video
my
is like the
God.
greatest thing ever. It's like the most 80s, 90s videos you've ever seen
Bro, I
in
need
your
to
life.
watch it.
There's just like a random hockey team and then a fucking elephant. It's insane.
Mariachi.
A mariachi band.
Interesting.
No sense at all. Yeah. So that's my jam of the week.
And my slam for this week, I heard it when I was fixing up my classroom still. I feel like I've been just stuck doing that these past 2 weeks. But this played in the background, and I was like, this is dope. It's called Black Cats. What happened in my mouth? Black Cats by Zillakami. And I thought it was really good. It's a dope vibe.
Jerry's picked the Zillakami song before. Yeah, Jerry's picked that one of his
It's
songs
it's
for
from
you.
his newest album, and it's called Black Cats. And I was like, it was really good.
I haven't listened to that guy in forever. I don't even know, like, I don't think I've heard, like, his songs. I think I've heard songs featuring him.
Yeah, he features a lot
He's
just
a
to,
lot.
just to go on the song, go, Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that. If you heard that.
I pick Moon Man by, what's his name?
Moon Man,
Moon Man by...
Man Moon.
Man
no, it's
Moon.
featuring Kid Cudi and Strick. It's by Young Thug.
Yeah.
Dope.
Moon Man by Young Thug featuring Kid Cudi.
There you go. Jerry's
Yo, Kid
Clam.
Cudi.
right?
Kid
Bam
Cudi's
of the
cool.
week.
Clam of the
Kid
week.
Cudi.
Why does every song he's in that's like he's featured in have Moon in it?
Yeah.
Why? It's like this past year, like
Mm-hmm.
specifically. It's weird.
Thanks for joining us for episode 57 of the Joystick Show. Got to talk
Hell
a lot
yeah.
about the subway system and a lot about just random shit.
Nintendo.
And what did we just talk about for like mad long?
The subway.
No, we
No,
just had a
what we
full on
just did.
discussion.
What?
Working at camp.
What?
You both talked about working at the camp.
Oh, yeah, that's
what
what
we're
we're talking about. Working with kids. Shout
You
outs
said-
to our attention span.
Bro, you said camps, and I was
I
like,
was like, wait,
Friday the 13th, like outdoor camping. I'm like, we weren't talking about camping, you fucking idiot.
1940s Germany. I was like, not that camp. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to go ahead and like. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. What are
Make
they
sure to
commenting
follow us on
this week?
Instagram.
We're commenting. What's the craziest thing that happened to you on the train?
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Especially if
What's
you're a
the
New York
craziest
native.
thing that's happened to you on the train?
Go ahead and check out our Instagram, like Joey said.
Yeah.
And we got a bit of a chance to talk about Phase 2, and I can confidently say, click that bell because Phase 2 is a-coming.
Click it.
The original intention was for Phase 2 to roll around for the first week of October. I think it might have to be pushed to the second week, but it's coming. You're going to see some shit very,
Yeah.
very soon.
And then phase 2, that now we'll go into spooky season.
Mm-hmm. Definitely taking advantage of that. So without further ado, does anybody have anything left to say?
I can't do another bang. That was a cool way to end last episode, though.
What are you doing?
Oh shit, your glasses are moving by themselves. Is it cool?
You guys are terrible at ending this show. You okay, Dill?